What is up, everybody? This is the reaction show to Bud's Creek. This is round 10 of 11 for pro motocross, or round 27 of what is it, 32, 33 of the SMX stuff. And my thumbnail says a new king is born, and it's little Deegan. It's Danger Boy Deegan. Is this the new Jeremy McGrath, the new GOAT that's going to dethrone Jet? Well, right now it's looking like Sexton is either going to do it, but all eyes are on little Deegan here. So this is, in fact, a live show. So make sure you have a comment, and I'll take 5-10 minutes at the end, and we will converse. We will brop it out. So Hillbilly, love your name, dude. Good to have you here, my friend. So first off, I want to, if I can move this stuff over here, I want to highlight Peacock. Come on, guys. Love you. I want to highlight the podium speech of Deegan when he won the moto. So here, let's listen to this. And I've got it muted. So here, listen to this. Listen to this.
For the season, that first moto there, walk us through those final few laps. Did you know you were in position to clinch the championship?
No, all I cared about on that line was destroying these dudes as bad as I could. I just wanted to annihilate everybody. And
how freaking cool is that? This is why this kid has such pizzazz, is he wants to annihilate everybody as bad as he could, and he darn near won that moto by 30 seconds, besides the little tip over. Could that tip over have been in Moto 1 because of nerves? Like, there's a good championship bonus for this guy from Star Yamaha for winning this sucker, so that's got to be playing in your head. He's won 9 motos of the series so far in 9 races. That's basically saying he's won 1 moto freaking every time he gets on that motorcycle, which is crazy. Yes, you don't have the talent pool of the likes of the Hunter brothers and Sexton and AP and all these other champions, Tomac, as in the 450 class, but you got guys like Kitchen, and you've got other champions, world champions like Tom Vial. And I really want to see Tom Vial have some more W's, but I'm starting to think that maybe those KTMs on the 250 are struggling a little bit more, but we can talk about that at a different time. The sheer fact that Deegan is not only backing up what he says, it's the Conor McGregor effect. He is essentially the Conor McGregor of the drama field that we need in moto, which is great. You know that his dad, Brian, they talk about this stuff. They're used to being in front of cameras. They know as far as what clickbait and what you can do to try to get more eyes and attention on you. And once you get more eyes and attention on you, it's only step 1. Step number 2 is to back the F up. Not, I'm trying to not cuss here and be explicit, but you got to back it up, right? How I said it before is make you sound like, no, you got to get away from it. No, you got to get forward to it, and you got to defend what you said. And he is incredibly good at that. And he was a second or so faster than everybody. And that's typically how he rides. And he does some stuff on the motorcycle that I highlight every single week because of just how talented this individual is. And it's partially because he's had a good set of people around him. But this isn't just to stroke Deegan's ego here, but it's looking like nobody in the 250s is willing to beat him. Because are they scared of him? I don't necessarily would say that they are scared of Danger Boy, but they don't want to get in a battle with him on the track and then also off the track. That's a huge dynamic, is once you believe that somebody is inside your head, they're sitting there rent free. And this is the whole Jason Lawrence to what was it? Ryan Dungey when he was on Suzuki. They both were on One Industries gear, and the company didn't tell the riders that, hey, you guys are both sponsored riders. So what happened? The next weekend, you had Ryan Dungey be on Fox gear because he's like, I want nothing to do with that guy, which is good. That's Ryan's way that he was able to excel, was he had to do his own thing. He didn't want to, it was taking in the good and the bad, right? He was expelling the bad. And ironically, that's kind of what we have done on this channel as well. So, hey, keep the comments coming. I will get up there. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, that's pretty crazy. Hillbilly, he's got a tattooed on his stomach, man. Hey, heck yeah, dude. Now I'm all interested in what the 1905 has to do. But here, we'll talk a little bit about the 450s, and then I'll get back into the 250s. Tomac, man, coming back from Budds Creek. I want to say that I expected more, but after last weekend at Unadilla with Cooper Webb and Ken Roxon, which none of those guys were racing here, Cooper Webb is probably the least recovered of anybody because the hand that he was out all of motocross and a little bit of supercross, his thumb, he re-injured his thumb when he went down at Unadilla, which is bad, which is incredibly bad. And Ken Roxon was not racing. You know, maybe it was just for some more SMX points to solidify him not to go to the LCQs. And now he's going to race Deegan next weekend at Ironman, which is going to be exceptional. So I'm assuming he's probably doing a lot of work because he wants to have a good showing and also have fun. But after those two guys coming out and not really performing up to their ability, and partially is because of the sheer fact that it's hard to get in the mind game of racing. These guys, their adrenaline, they're in the zone like as soon as they show up at the track, not even before that gate drops. It's just the flow. Their body is used to it. Tomac has to get used to it. And it'll happen. It's like riding a bike. It will happen. It'll probably happen by next weekend where we'll see Tomac finish on the podium. That's my speculation is and prediction is kind of the same thing. Just it's too worded there. But you get what I'm saying. He's going to get back into the flow of it. Going to be able to get on the podium again and ready for SMX to solidify himself confidence-wise that he can still beat these SOBs, right? Sexton is the dude that is the cream of the crop right now. And here, I'll share a little bit more about Sexton in just a minute here, but still focusing on Tomac. So if you guys have any other comments, yeah. Ryan is saying, I can't wait for Deegan to beat Jet. I know, dude, that's going to be hard, but okay. Ryan, you bring up a good point here. How does he beat Jet? Does he do it by sheer raw talent? I kind of find that a little bit hard to believe. The stuff that Jet can do on a motorcycle is incredible. Not to say that Deegan can't do that stuff. I just don't see Deegan being the first guy to do that stuff. He's got to see it first, learn it, soak it up, then he can go do it. Jet is the type of guy that's like, he's got vision. He's got imagination, and he goes, boom. That is what this video game can do, is I'm just going to hit the X button 45 times. I don't even know, what is it, the trigger for the gas? Anyway, I digress. Point is, he can get stuff done first. So how does Deegs beat Jet? He probably does it by getting inside his head, just by the simple fact of what I just highlighted here. If I can go back a few seconds. Oh gosh, now the internet's gonna do it again.
Final few laps, did you know you were in position to clinch the championship?
Oh, no, all I cared about on that line was destroying these dudes as bad as I could. I just wanted to annihilate everybody.
That's how I believe he's going to get it done, is by annihilating his competition off the track before he even has to, grab the throttle and drop the clutch, because it just will make his job that much easier. However, back to Tomac. Tomac is disappointed in how that happened, because that guy knows how fast he can ride a motorcycle. Him going 411, right? 411 for 7th overall is right up to par with Ken Roxon and Cooper Webb, I believe, going like 8 and 9 last weekend. We can look at it here if people want to actually see it, but it was somewhere around the 7th to 9th area for last weekend. Again, it's just incredibly hard to come in round 10 and 11, round 9 and 10 of 11 races. Had to do some math in my head. You could see the mouse trying to turn here. He's actually all hopped up on this stuff, which I'll talk about in just a bit. But incredibly hard to come back at that stuff. That's why it's so important to be at A1 and also the first round of motocross, because the adrenaline is gone and you get into the flow after 3-4 rounds. Look at Levi Kitchen. The dude did horrible in the 250 class at the beginning of the series. and now he's winning races. Did he get gifted the race win right here at Budds Creek? Yeah, he did, because Deegan's went 110, because he's probably counting the money of all the merchandise he's going to sell with the number 1 on him, and also cashing the check for Star Yamaha, which I believe, Deegan, if you're watching this, Brian, you too, your financial advisors, you should be buying Bitcoin. You should be buying Bitcoin at the moment. Things are getting ready to go parabolic, and only 21 million people in the entire world are going to be able to own just one. Just say it out there. You guys got money. Jason Anderson, we've talked about this before. I've told you never to sell your Bitcoin. You've done it before. Shame on you. Next time, just double down and just hodl, right? Hodl. So anyway, that's all I'm going to say on that deal. Hymus in the 250s. Little stinker pot, man. Fast as F. But this was actually a good rebound for him from last weekend. He tried really hard. He was out front. He was getting ready to probably finish second there, and then he wads. He kind of does that. It's the Chase Sexton, James Stewart kind of a deal where you can ride really fast and then you end up making mistakes and you fall down. Sexton more of the latter of those 3, if I had to say anything. But this was a good rebound for him, especially that second moto, being second behind Levi, getting close. But he just needs to finish some races. The Unadilla was not a fluke with him being 2 seconds a lap faster. That is the kind of Hymus I want to see ride every time he swings a leg over. And that whole deal, if you watch one of my videos, I break it down where that rear end, he was going so fast that it kicked him, and the rebound was so fast on the front end that popped up. And then when you're in the air, you can't do a darn thing. It's like when you touch somebody, boom, then it's all over. There's nothing to push off of. So that's really what caused the crash there. And yeah, Levi is doing exceptionally well. But here, let's talk about the 450s and Sexton and Hunter, and then this silly stuff about, gosh, the scoop tire, right? But before I do that, I want to take a brief, small little shout out to, if I can get this thing on the screen, right? Look at this. Here's the link if you want to do it. $5 off of Magic Spoon. This stuff is awesome. This cereal has got 13 to 14 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, 4 to 5 grams of net carbs. I was planning on doing an 8-mile run this morning with my dogs, but apparently if I go under 8 minutes a mile, they can't hang. So we ended up having to go a little bit slower. So I was home earlier, and right before I took my family out to breakfast, had a bowl of this because of the amount of protein that you can have. This stuff tastes amazing. I love this. This is my favorite. It is fruity, literally tastes like Fruit Loops. If you use my coupon of magicspoon.com/hopper, you will get $5 off, and that is going to be in the description. So I appreciate them for sponsoring the video. And dude, it's just darn good cereal. I mean, to be honest, you can buy it at Target, Walmart, Costco. We all know I love Costco, but it is a cereal designed for adults and also tastes no different than some other brands, and it's healthier for you. But here, let's talk about Hunter and the scoop tire. Trying to get that stuff onto the stage here. So here, what moto is this? This is Moto 1. All right, so I want you guys to pay attention to this, because truthfully, I believe that the mumbo jumbo about the scoop tire is a load of BS. Load of freaking BS. You've got much thicker knobbies, and as any woman would say, it's all about the length and the girth. Like, these suckers are big. Who cares about sidewall coverage, right? You've got deep ruts everywhere. That sucker's going to hold you in there. We saw overall, yes, minutely, it's going to make a little bit of a difference, but the scoop tires are cheater tires. Plain and simple, absolutely cheater tires. Last year, that's all you saw. The Dunlop guys at all the races, we recommend this is what they're running. Scoop tire, scoop tire, scoop tire, scoop tire. Like, it didn't matter if it was dry, muddy, sandy, you were running a scoop tire. And Hunter has been able to get incredible good starts because of his scoop tires. And the one time he didn't, I forget what round it was, but he got a bad start, right? He knows how to ride with a scoop tire. It's pretty obvious that last year it was the tire to be. Everyone was running it. Like, I'm almost to the point where the scoop tire should be banned because of how much better it is than every other effing tire, because of just the sheer amount of forward traction you can get. And yeah, a motorcycle, you do lean the motorcycle, but you know, your forward momentum is usually created going straight up and down, right? Besides, yes, there is some corners, but my point is motocross is, the tracks are very long, right? They're like 2 miles length, at least a mile, right? Anyway, my point here, let's look at some of the lap times here. And it might, this is live, so you guys can debate me here as well. I see some of the comments coming in here, so you know, I will get to those as well. Dun, dun, dun. Oh yeah, Ryan, I've been highlighting you. I told you, buddy. And Bucky, do downer. I'm guessing you're a hunter, dude. Do downer. That's honestly pretty funny. You know, I feel bad for the deers. But you know, as long as you're making bacon and everything out of it, like I totally get it, dude. I wonder if you're shooting bows or if you're shooting, you know, rifle or what you're doing. Anyway, I somewhat agree. I just said that here. But here, what am I getting here? I want you to pay attention to this guy, Hunter Lawrence. I haven't looked at the lap times yet, so I just had this up because we're doing this live together. His fastest lap time, lap 5, was a 1:56. This is an individual that was basically start to finish. He led almost every lap besides what happened with Justin. And right off the bat, I was going, what the heck is going on with Justin, dude? Like, you're taking out Hunter. Everybody's taking out Hunter. And then I remembered what happened with Vince Freezy over there, you know, and Hunter holds his line and sometimes he cross jumps. So in this aspect, he was covering his line, but Justin was trying to pass him on the inside and Hunter was scooping down, cutting down to the inside. And so really that was more so Justin's fault, but I have to say Hunter was pushing the issue too. Hunter is one of those guys that you get everything from him on and off the track. He's not somebody that's going to be different to you on the track than off the track. It was very aggressive. I can see Hunter being very aggressive off the track too. He's not one to make jokes. He's one to just shoot you straight. Boom. This is what it is. And I'm sure if they had a conversation, he's like, dude, I had a wheel and a half on you. That was your fault. I'm sorry that you jumped a little bit further and you ran into me, plain and simple. And you almost took us both out, but thank God you didn't, because that would have just ruined all of Hunter's championship hopes. But I do believe that Hunter did cut down on him, right? So Hunter, there is a little bit of blame there as well, but that is a racing incident. The guy out front kind of gets to dictate where the track is going. Justin was pushing the issue. I can go over it in my track analysis video earlier this week, but my point here, this is what we're looking at. 156, okay? And his average was a 159.5. And let's look at Moto 2. This is where he had the scoop tire, okay? 158. So that's a 158 to a 157, basically. So, and that's a second. And then his average over everything. Again, out front, pretty much all the variables are taken care of because he was winning the majority of the laps because Chase kept falling down. And almost 201. So about a full second average faster. All right. That's the control here. Now let's look at Moto 1 when it comes to probably the fastest man on the track. Hey, look, Tomac. Where's that number 1? Oh, yeah, it's number 4. It keeps going. Sexton should have, yeah. Anyway, 156.3. Okay. His average was a 159.8 for Sexton, Moto 1. Moto 2. Interesting to see Tomac too. He was much slower. Tomac was like 3 seconds a lap slower. And Sexton was a full second slower. And it looks like his average was not much slower. Okay. So as far as the control goes, to me, all this mumbo jumbo of that scoop tire was preventing Hunter from attacking and having to take different lines. I don't believe it. I was never a top tier privateer. However, I still somewhat can. Those who can't do teach, right? And by what happened last year with everybody running the freaking scoop tires, if this was a sand tire, period, why in the hell would you have it in Moto 2 when you're the last set of bikes on the track and it's dry as hell? They know that bike is going to work. They've done a massive amount of testing on that motorcycle, knowing that those tires work in those conditions. So I don't believe 100% that this interfered with anything. Like, do I think Hunter would have been able to hold off and get the overall if he had a non-scoop tire? No, I don't. Just an intermediate Dunlop? No, absolutely no. This to me was so minute, it's pointless, right? It to me, it almost seems like having a tooth less on your sprocket would have made a bigger difference. But that is my point. I want to know what you guys are thinking here. Oh, and gotta say, because we had it earlier, archery. Yeah. Awesome, dude. Did you guys see that dude at the Olympics? That was the Russian that was finished third at the bronze medal that just looked like a hitman. That was insane. While everyone else has all these mumbo jumbo pieces of special equipment designed for target, and then there's just one dude with just simple glasses, not even contacts. He finishes third, and then his excuse was his ex-wife told him he couldn't do that, so he was going to prove her wrong. And how bad is that you get a bronze medal in the Olympics? Crazy. We won't even talk about the silly stuff as far as breakdancing, as far as the girl, the Australian. You guys have probably seen that clip, and the backlash that she's probably getting is outstanding. I could only imagine, because they're not going to do it in the Olympics anymore, probably just because of that routine. Okay, so Sexton. And then I'll get into some of the comments here. So, the shovel 3R. Do Scott rip up the tracks more? Yeah, 1000% they do, dude. I could see for Supercross, them being banned for Supercross too, because just the amount of, they're going to get down to the baseboards quickly. It's just because of the length of the knobbies, right? You're going to get more traction out of it. But great question. Sexton. The dude still is the same in order for him to have the speed of the Lawrence brothers, more so Jet than Hunter. I think Sexton on a decent day, he can run with Hunter and be faster than Hunter. But if he wants to catch Hunter and win races, he's got to ride a little over his head. Same thing with Deegan. That's why we see Deegan, he's either winning or crashing. Same thing with Sexton. But Sexton is able to still crash and then get back up and win. Right? It's not as gnarly of mistakes that we're used to seeing from him, mainly in Supercross in the years prior. The dude is an ox. He's super strong. Again, that's why I talk about how riding a 450, you should be about that 160 to 185 range. And he's the perfect specimen to point that out. Even look at Hunter, those guys, AC, I've said that before. Anyway, that is essentially it. Completely different styles of riding. You got one guy, Hunter, gets both hole shots, gets chased down, and ironically, chased down. And it's in his name, Chase. He's got to chase people down, plain and simple. But as of right now, he's got Tomac's number, and Tomac does not like that. I believe Hunter knows that Chase has his number, so this should be an interesting last final round, which, again, I'm probably more excited for Ken Roczen and the whole Deegan stuff. But other than that, those Hondas in 2025 is making me want to buy one, just because of how much of a better rider it seems to make Hunter. That's a joke, right? Not really. It's just those bikes look incredibly fast and they look like they run well. And I'll probably even go buy a scoop tire, Anyway, all right, that is it. And not even gonna talk about that. The point is you get what you deserve. It's called karma, right? In some of the comments here. And all right, so we've got poultry, laundry. I'm sorry, I can't know. The factories have the power to fix. Yeah, they absolutely do. So maybe let me go back up to some of the top ones here. So Cody says Deegan should have 4 championships by now. He's on his way. He's on his freaking way, especially with that super motocross that's probably going to come home with him with another $500,000. Like, dude, for the kid being not even 20, man, he is just loading it up. And honestly, it's really cool to see his dad being so involved, and his mom there. Like, that is a good family relationship that they have. They have done racing right. And so many times we see that being somewhat not the best scenario. You know, I've heard stuff about some of the top riders from factory teams where once they get a factory contract, it's like, boom, dad, you're out. You're SOL. You're out of here now. Not in this case. You know, it's a package deal. Literally, their YouTube channel is The Deegans. He has not tried to go branch off on his own and be Danger Boy Deegan, right? And maybe as he gets a little bit older, he might want to go out just like his sister Haley with that stuff. I could see that happening. But for right now, it's such a good team dynamic. Dun, dun, dun. And Proton, hey, I remember your name, dude. Proving what he does, his technique has completely changed as well. He will continue to improve. Yes, because in order to be successful, you have to be willing to, with new information, adjust your perception. And that goes on with all types of life, business, politically, religiously, and especially professionally, right? Even your family dynamic, your friends and everything. You should be soaking it up. That's why school is such a interesting concept to talk about, because so many people decide once they're out of school, they don't need to learn anymore. No, and that's really when it starts. And as long as he continues to learn, he will continue to be at the top of his game. Adam says, not setting the world on fire. He will be improving to that level, but time will tell. Yeah. Dun, dun, dun. Flow Finder USA, the banana zone incoming. I don't know what that means. I was a sheltered individual, so I don't know what that means. Is that the whole carrot in the ear thing? I don't know, right? I don't know. Proton. I know. I just like yours. Hymus Styles and good for everyone track though. Austin, what's your financial? Johnny Crypto, right? And if I message you, it's a scam. I don't message people, right? I got too much stuff to do. So there's been lots of stuff, people trying to steal my name and trying to use me. So if I've messaged you on Instagram and I'm asking for, it's not me, right? But Johnny Crypto, love that. We do a live trading show every week. All sorts of fun stuff. Two things in my life that I love is dirt bikes and finances. Dun, dun, dun. Micah. Okay, he hasn't locked in the number 1 seed for SMX yet, so definitely racing the 250 next week. Okay, are you talking about Kenny or Deegan? I want to say Deegan is definitely locked in that number 1 seed yet, but that's what you're talking about. You're talking about him being the number 1 seed, so he gets the points advantage, as opposed to the rumor saying that he is going to race the 450. That's what that is. Okay, I'm following. Yeah, I could see that. Those rumors have just been rumors, just silliness. I don't think that we're going to see him race a 450. He's going to come in and race the 250 and get some points for sure. Dun, dun, dun. All right, I'm guessing we're having some. Did we talk about Hunter cross jumping Jacob? I did. I in fact did. And I'm going to have to hire somebody to do the timestamps in this stuff, because we did in fact talk about that, RC dude. And yeah, it was, I said it kind of how it is, but Hunter had the line. So it's up to J Coop to check up. But can you check up when you've already left the ground? No, you can't. You're just along for the ride. So that really screwed up his race, and it could have screwed up Hunter's as well. Again, I want to call it as a racing incident, but I did say that the majority of the blame is on actual J Coop, because he was trying to make the pass and Hunter had the line and he scrubbed harder and came to the inside. But it was in fact Hunter that caused the issue, right? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, guys are saying Deegan isn't ready for the 450. No. He's not ready for the 450, and he shouldn't be. He should take another year and wax everybody's ass in Supercross and Motocross and SMX, then get a nice fat daddy paycheck to being begged to go to a 450 class. Business-wise, that's what he should do. I don't even think it would be career suicide if he jumped onto a 450, but you guys, Hey, what's up, dude? Ralph, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, thank you. And enjoyed the live show here. And KT Brop, love the Yeah, dude, I love that comment too, man. Love it. Absolutely effing love it. But where's my rant here? My rant is, you know me. You guys have heard. Probably if you haven't, I will say it again because I like being a repetitive SOB. Deegan should go to Ducati in 2026. Ducati should be paying a crap ton of money to have Deegan be their number one 450 guy, along with a seasoned veteran like Ken Roxon or Tomac. And could you imagine if Ducati was like, hey, John Tomac and Eli, let's create the facility there in Cortez, and you groom Deegan. How freaking cool would that be? And with Tomac, I believe Tomac is a mature enough individual to where under the right circumstances, he can be a great leader, right? There's a difference between a leader and a boss. John Tomac has taught his kid right. Eli, just by his persona. Hey, Pops MX, appreciate, thanks for being a subscriber. John Tomac has taught Eli, you can see it in his mannerisms and everything, that is an individual. Extreme Customs. Hey, that your name, it messed up a little bit, but I appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing. My point, lost a train here because I gotta get to you guys, is Eli is a perfect teacher, right? I hope he stays in the sport to teach some of those guys, and I hope he gets paid what he's worth to do so. That would be the perfect scenario. If this was at all fantasy supercross or anything, that would be the setup. Ducati, Tomac, and Deegan at Cortez, Colorado, private facility. And then Deegan can unload all the content he wants and elevate the sport, just like Linus Sanders for the triathlon, by showing exactly what it takes to be a professional. I freaking love it. I freaking love it. Dun, dun, dun. And then, have you seen Deegan's on a 450? Yeah, he still knows how to ride a 450. But again, guys, it's not so much the talent aspect. It's a little bit of the maturity. And then also, I think he needs to gain 20 pounds to be on that 450. Nico says the whole Jay Coop and Hunter deal was a racing incident. Hey, like your logo, by the way, Honda, you know. I could sense the biases up here a little bit because you got the Honda logo, right? I'm just giving you a hard time, dude. Just kind of pulling your leg. My point is, I agree. Racing incident. You got two SOBs that are full hopped up on adrenaline, super spiked right out front, and they want to make the pass as soon as possible, and somebody wants to cover the line. Plain and simple. Dun, 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 dun. And RC says, yeah, just figured I'd ask. Yeah, appreciate. I had to show everybody that, you know, your comment is appreciated, and so is your view on the whole topic here. Dun, dun, dun. Greg says Deegan rips on a 450. I want to say full 50. That is a 4 with an FIDDIE, full 50. Full 50. Full 50. Okay. Hopper, I'm a fan groupie, dude. Yeah, I mean, he's turned me into a fan as well here. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, and Slayer69 says Brian has part ownership in the team. See, this is just smart business stuff. People get all stuck up on it's this sport, right? But there also has to be a way to make money outside of the sport. And so, yeah, this is a way to make sure that he can stay around, right? That's just pure business savvy for some tattooed meta militia dude that has this persona that he was a punk as a kid, but really that was just a persona to get views and whatnot. He's actually smart SOB that knows how to do business and has taught his kids well. That's kind of the whole Jason Anderson phenomenon, where you think that this kid just parties all the time, but no, he's buying houses, renting them out. You know, he's taking care of his family and he's working his ass off. And then you see him up front here, just totally different than what the public's eye have on the guys. Just because you have a jersey out doesn't mean that, you know, you don't know how to get shit done and you're a dumbass, right? Dun, dun, dun. Man, you guys are going off on some of these comments, but hey, that is it. I'm going to actually go now hang out with the family and my little 3-year-old girl, because that is what's important in life, is to hang out with your family and have memories. But this is also pretty dang cool to be able to spend a half hour with you guys in the community as far as motocross, because we are family. 1000%. We are family. We share this crazy addiction that is two wheels because it puts you in the zone and you get to forget about everything. So everyone that has commented today, you guys are basically brothers from another mother. So with that, everybody have a wonderful Sunday. I got to actually get my road bike ready because some of my boys, we're going to go do a 2 to 3 hour group ride tomorrow morning. So that's going to be some fun. All right. So got to do a little bit of mechanic there. But anyway, I'm talking too much, right? Ralph, yep. Congratulations. Chat with memories. Heck yeah. Okay. Whoa. You guys keep WFO. Enjoy Sunday. Especially stay safe if you're riding those two-wheel fantastic motorcycles underneath your legs.